in your lap whether you want it or not sometimes. And so you have to assume that. My leadership style is more participatory. I like team building. I like folks to be part of the organization. And so from that, I have also developed a servant attitude because I work with people. I don't expect people to work for me. I expect them to work with me. And I think that from that team concept and that participatory type of approach, instead of one person making a decision, I got 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 good minds working on issues with me, and that helps draw a decision that is very well thought through, very thoroughly analyzed. And I'm a nice guy and I'm a pretty sharp fellow, but I don't know all the answers. But with people working with me on my team, we get pretty good decisions. From that, I feel like I owe it as a servant to the people that I am in charge of to give them the best decision I can make, to work with them as best I can. And so I don't take any of these things lightly. I weigh them very heavily. The folks here, in fact, I just came from downstairs a meeting, they get a kick out of me because I mull things over. They tell me, you go mull that over for a while, and then we'll come back. So, but I take these decisions very seriously, and it's not because of anything other than the fact that if I'm making a decision about you, I owe it to you to make the very best decision I can. And so I guess from that point I'm saying I'm somewhat of a servant in that attitude, because I am in a position maybe of authority over folks, but I owe it to them as in that servant attitude to make sure that I have done the very best for them that I can in whatever decision I make. I hope that's not dancing around the issue too much.
No, it's an excellent, it's very excellent. Mr. Rowland, what are some of the rewards that you've probably earned as a leader since you've been superintendent at Danville Schools? What's some rewards that you've probably earned as a leader?
Are you talking about rewards or awards? And I'm not trying to put you on the spot here. Because I think there's times that some of the rewards are getting awards. I mean, in other words, you get recognized for something that you've done, and what I take that as is not just recognizing me, it's recognizing the staff, it's recognizing the district, it's recognizing the organization. So I don't get all pumped up about an award I get. I take it as recognition of the district. But I also think the rewards are that you see people rise up and do things that you know they're capable of doing, but maybe they didn't think they were capable of doing. You see people step into leadership roles and grow into things. Part of my leadership style, again, is participatory. I expect people to do their job. I don't micromanage. I expect them to have the latitude and the freedom to do their job, and the reward is they do it. I mean, they step up and do it. If you let them have the freedom that they need to be able to function like they're supposed to function, 99.9% of the time they will step up and function. So that's a real reward to be able to see people do what you know they're capable of doing and stepping up and doing it. So that's a reward.
Do you like, I know you personally, but do you really like your ministerial duties as being a Sunday school teacher? Can you elaborate on that?
I do. I'm a Sunday school teacher at Centenary United Methodist Church, and have been for, I guess, 10 years or so. I find that actually the Sunday school class ministers to me more than I minister to it. So it's been a really a good growth opportunity for me, and Patty teaches it with me. And we've had a chance to see people grow as a result of our relationship, and that's been very rewarding and very gratifying. But it also, I think, gives us a chance to, minister to people and to have a closer relationship than just, teacher and student, or Sunday school teacher and Sunday school class. And so we have enjoyed that relationship. And I think it's been very beneficial for me during tough times to have that to fall back on and feel that level of support and comfort. And I think it's also been very good for us during good times to feel that God is blessing us in a special way in a special time.
What are some of the qualities that you hold to be, let me rephrase that, what are some of the qualities that you look for in your teachers, such as integrity, how they do things, or what are some morals or some values that you look in as leadership, as for the teachers to be over the children?
I think any time that you're in a position of hiring people, and being in a position of leadership to make determinations about employment or unemployment, you want somebody, first of all, who's prepared to do the job, who has the academic preparation and credentials. And then you want to look at someone who cares about people. We're in the people business, and everybody cares in different ways, and we're all human and we all have our flaws and so forth, but you want someone who genuinely cares about people, and who genuinely in this case cares about kids, and understands that not everybody's the same, and as a result of that, you can't treat everybody the same. You want to treat them all fair, you all want to be equitable. But in that process, one of the things I look for is I want someone in the classroom who can, for lack of a better term, exhibit some tough love. We want people who will have standards and have expectations and will not accept less than that. Now, that doesn't mean you hammer a kid or beat them up because they don't measure up. It means you give them the tools and the resources necessary for them to be able to make that transition from where they are to where they need to be. But you want a person that can come into that role that cares enough that will put forth that effort to do that. And I think that carries into what I was going to say next. I think you want an energy level that's capable of handling the position that you're putting them into.
I couldn't help but to look at this sign that you have in your office. It says, "Before you begin, please know it. It's not about you and what you want. It's about kids and what they need." Can you elaborate on this?
Well, I think the whole thing is it's about kids. I mean, unfortunately, we have a lot of adults that roll in here and think that what they want, what they need, is what I need to be jumping to, and I hate to say it this way, but I don't care what they want. What they need is what the kids need that we have to address. And so we try just to make sure that that's a focal point of our approach to the way we do things.
Is there anything else that you would like to add in our review that we haven't discussed? Maybe something of greater importance to you?
You covered pretty much everything. Really.
Do you have any children that's in the ministry?
My youngest son, Kurt, went to Asbury College and majored in youth ministry. And he's not in ministry right now, he's working in sales, but he's in Cincinnati. But I just talked to him yesterday, and he's still poking around, would like to get into youth ministry. And he's, unfortunately for him, the churches he'd like to get into and the programs he'd like to get into want experience, and he doesn't have any experience. And he can't afford to support himself on a part-time job to get some experience that they would need. So he's still wrestling with that. I think if it'll pan out for him, I think that's still what he wants to do.
After you retire, do you think you would want to be in another leadership position?
I don't think that I'm finished yet, but I don't have anything I'm moving from here into. We're going to step back and see what's out there. I don't want to go into I'm coming out of a 70, 80-hour-a-week job that I'm paid for, and I don't want to step into a 40-hour-a-week job that I'm not paid for. So I'm going to be, I guess I'm kind of making a light of that, but I'm going to